love that stuff. I live for that stuff now. I love that. I want more of that in the future. Keep on doing what you're doing, Infinity Ward. I want more of that. I'm addicted to it. I love getting care packages. When DLC first comes out, I always go after the care packages. I've probably gotten like 5 care packages per game one time. Beebs never goes for the care packages. He never ever even tries, and I always get it. I always think it's fun. I think it's a great aspect to the in-game game. I think it's fantastic. I love it. Moving on to the kill streaks themselves. Specialist has been nerfed. I've talked about that before, way back in the early days of my YouTube career. Yeah, a year ago, whatever, Donuts, come on. Specialist being nerfed, really don't like that. I think it's a negative. I think I'm gonna put it as a negative because I honestly don't think if I had all the perks in the game that I would be this it wouldn't make a significant difference. You know, when you run Specialist, you are saying, I don't need any kill streaks. I'm going to rely fully on my gun-on-gun ability to get a good kill streak. I feel like because they nerfed Specialist, nobody used it. Some of you may even forgot it was in this game, and we were stuck with either Assault or Support, which we'll talk about that later. But Specialist nerf, don't like it, negative, but it's still there. At least it's still there. At least it's still there. Yeah, so at least it's there. Nerfed though, unfortunate. Support in this game is a million trillion times better than Modern Warfare 3's, but doesn't mean it's perfect, doesn't mean it's good quite yet. I will say the best thing about support are 2 things. 1, the Moz rocket launcher. 2, the ammo crate. The ammo crate is the most genius idea for a support kill streak I've ever heard. It is the perfect support streak. When you're like, no, we should never have support in a game, I point you towards the ammo crate. How many times have you been on an assault streak and you're like, oh, my ammo's getting low, and then you run past an ammo crate and you pick up another gun, you get a new clip, and you're ready to go again. It's the perfect way to support your team, to get a reward, and to kind of mix it up a little bit with a gun, and I think that's perfect. The Moz rocket launcher, being the only lock-on launcher in the game, rewards people who pre-plan their game. If you have this on a class and you realize, hey, I'm not doing so hot, so I'm going to switch to this class and I'm going to get a Moz rocket launcher just in case I need it. I think that's perfect. I think it's beautiful. I'm glad. And plus, you need to actually aim the rockets at the launcher. You know, in Modern Warfare 3, when you got a Reaper, you would kill 3 people and the first guy would just pull out a javelin, and with the spawn protection would just kill you instantly, and your kill streak would get you like 2 kills. But in this game, I have rarely ever gotten destroyed in my assault kill streaks, really ever. And when I do, I know it's because they were smart enough to say, you know what, Donuts are going kind of ham, so I'm going to have to switch to this class. I'm going to get my Moz rocket launcher, I'm going to get my ground jammer, I'm going to get my air superiority, whatever. And they have earned that right against me, I guess you could say. So I really like that counterplay for support. I love that aspect of it. Don't get me wrong, air superiority and ground jammer still feel cheap, like in my heart a little bit, when I get my IMS, my sentry gun, and my SATCOM, and I place them all down, and then they get like 3 points off them. It kind of pisses me off a little bit, so I don't know exactly what to do about that, but at least it's not an EMP. However, the negatives about the support are twofold. Flak Jacket and Oracles. These 2, if you play it again right now, you are going to be constantly running Blind Eye. Blind Eye is effectively a necessary perk at this stage in Call of Duty Ghost Lifecycle here at the end. It's unfortunate, it's sad, it's almost balanced, but again, it's not quite there. And just like the Danger Close, just like the IEDs, it's something that's going to stick in your brain when you pop in Ghosts. Oracles 24/7. But, you know, don't worry, they're going to be a grenade in Advanced Warfare, so there's that to look forward to. Moving on to the assault kill streaks, I have some praise and I have some negative about this. Starting off with the negative is that there is a lackluster amount of kill streaks in the assault kill streak towards the beginning, what I'm going to call a 9 and below. With the Vulture on down to the SATCOM, they are pretty boring kill streaks. I mean, the Sentry Gun, the IMS, the Trinity Rocket, really there's no like reward for me. You know, I've played with those kill streaks for 5 years now. You know, I know how an IMS works. You know, I know how a Sentry Gun works. Don't get me wrong, I've gotten delicious with the IMS and the Sentry Gun. I know exactly where to put them and I know exactly how to use them effectively, but it's boring. I've used them a lot, and give me something new. Give me an airstrike at 6. Don't make it powerful. Just something nice to make me feel a little bit different. Like change it up a little bit from year to year. I feel like there's no. If you want to be rewarded, you have to get a Battle Hind or you have to get a Griffin, and that's not something I want to go for every game. That's not something I'm going to get every game. But that's really it as far as the negatives. It's a lackluster lower killstreak system, but when we look towards the upper killstreaks, that's when it starts getting exciting. That's when it starts getting good. I will say the SATCOM blew my mind the way it used. No longer do we have to run Assassin. No longer do we have to run Off the Grid or Ghost, and I think the SATCOM is the best balance issue for the UAV and counter UAV, tug of war they have going on every year. I think that's perfect. I think that's what we need. That's what we needed. Infinity Ward, good job. I cannot convey to you how much I love the SATCOM. It is fantastic. The higher assault kill streaks are incredibly rewarding. Now that the assault juggernaut has been buffed, I wish they buffed it a little bit more. I kind of want health regen on it still. Same thing with the maniac, still want health regen on it. But because the assault juggernaut was buffed, you get the minigun, you get faster movement speed. It's a lot better with the Helo pilot and the Loki. The Loki is so good. I don't understand why people don't like the Loki. Oh, it's boring. It doesn't get you a lot of kills. I've really gotten like 10 kills every single time I run the Loki. That's not uncommon. It may not be from the actual satellite, but from the care packages, from the assault juggernaut you are essentially getting 5 different kill streaks from the Loki. And people say it's like boring. Like, how can it be boring? You are shooting explosive rods from space, from outer space. That is so sick. Now, the top-down view is kind of sad because people can just hide in buildings really easily around corners and stuff. I wish they did something about that. I'm not sure exactly what they could do about that, but all that does is limit some of the maps you can play on. But really, that's not that bad at all. Plus, when you drop the care packages, you can get the special care package of that map through the Loki, so that is fantastic. I love it. I love the Loki. I love the upper assault kill streaks. They're fun, they're different, they're diverse. The Griffin is not taking down in 2 shots like that stupid Dragonfire was in Black Ops 2. It's explosive, it's great, I love it. Good job on the higher kill streaks. Bring some of that fun and entertainment down to the lower end, and you have some really good kill streaks on your hands. And now we get to the maps. Yes, everybody raise your keyboards, stretch out your fingers. This is the part where Donuts tells you he absolutely loves the maps in Call of Duty Ghost and he hates the maps in Black Ops 2. Go ahead, write down in the comment section below how homosexual I may be, but that's quite alright. I love the map design in Call of Duty Ghosts, I should say, with, of course, the obvious exceptions. Like, I don't like Chasm. I don't think that's a very well laid out map at all. I think the layout of stuff like Stormfront is very good. However, the size, the actual distance between pieces of cover is far too great. Now, let us all go back a year and think about what we were dying for in Ghost. We were dying for bigger maps, for complex maps. People like me were like, Black Ops 2 maps are so boring and simplistic. I want something, I want to be able to flank, I want to go around a piece of cover, And so that's what Infinity Ward gave to us. Infinity Ward gave us Modern Warfare 2 maps, and that is something that we asked for and we got with Call of Duty Ghosts. However, if you don't buy the DLC, I don't know how long I would play this game, because most of the maps, like half of the original maps, I get a bad taste in my mouth when I see it. When I see Siege, when I see Overlord, Overlord is just awful. When I see Stormfront, when I see Stonehaven, it's just like, when I see Whiteout, like, it's gonna drag on, we're gonna go to time, I don't want to play it. And that combined with the IEDs, with the danger close, it's like, what is going on? Why is this game so slow? But if you buy the DLC, that's not what that is at all. When you buy the DLC, it's like we get Pharaoh, we get Departed, we get Mutiny, we get, all of these maps that are so much tighter, so much faster paced, and it's still the complex maps that we asked for with the bigger size, but it's not enormous, it's not super big, and I like that. I think Infinity Ward, the DLC maps are the perfect maps. Those are your models that I want you to use for your future game. That is what I want in all of my Call of Duties, is that beautiful, dynamic, non-3 lanes, along with some 3 lanes, like Pharaoh's 3 lane, Prison Break is 3 laned, you know, that is okay here and there, but add in those Departeds, add in those domes, you know, that's perfectly fine. I feel like we have a diverse map setup, we have a complex map setup, where if you're strategic, if you know the spawns, then you are going to be successful. And the spawns in this game are not terrible. I mean, of course, they're Call of Duty spawns, you're gonna have terrible spawns, but they're not completely unpredictable. I can predict spawns. You guys have seen it. I have proof. The spawns are not random. You know, let's not be stupid here. Let's be adults about this. The spawns aren't going to be like, okay, let's just spawn some guy here. You know, they spawn there for a reason. And if they're spawning behind you, maybe your teammates are pushing up, maybe they're pushing up, you know, something is going on to make it so that the game thinks that is the safest spawn. And so I can do a fairly good job at predicting that at some cases, but they're not unpredictable no matter what you hear from people on the internet. They're not incredibly unpredictable. They're just not stupid simplistic like on Slums and Black Ops 2. They're not, here's one side, here's the other side, go get them, you know. That's all that is. Which leads me to the experience, leveling up, and challenges part of Call of Duty Ghosts. Again, this is another thing that unfortunately is a negative about this. Unfortunately, the level up system really doesn't get you anywhere. I love the fact, I'll start off with the good, I love the fact you get 10 players. I really do. I really like the fact that I can go back on my first Prestige and see, oh, look at me using off the grid like a little baby, you know, look at me using blind eye and, you know, incognito on my sniper rifle and how cute I was. But it's cool to see that. I wish that was kind of the standard in future Call of Duties, because it's a cool aspect to go back and see and to have 10 different characters with presumably 100 different class setups. I really like that. But other than that, I really didn't like it all that much in Ghosts. I really didn't like the fact that you could buy your next, or rank up enough to Prestige, and then you can just buy everything right off the bat. I don't like that. I like a grind. I like to earn my things. I like to earn that level. I like to earn that perk and that kind of thing. And then you earned perks in this game, which is fine, but you could just buy them, you know. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like it. I do know how I feel about it. I don't like it. My perfect world, I've said this before, Modern Warfare 3. You rank up, you level up, you prestige, you lose everything. You could choose to either take an item through, you can choose to get an extra creative class slot, etc. You guys have heard that rant before. Specifically talking about the challenges, I love the challenges for the weapons. You know, I really like that. People had trouble with the lean kills. I didn't. I had trouble with the point blanks myself. Really didn't like point blank challenges. They were terrible, but I like the fact I want to bring challenges to attachments. I want to bring challenges to everything. You know, that could help solve that. I want you to have to use the ACOG sight for 15 or 20 kills in order to get the thermal sight, so you earn that. Now, that's not good for casual players, because casual players just want everything handed to them. You know, that sounds like I'm kind of discriminating against them, but no. You know, I want to earn my stuff, and that's coming from a passionate Call of Duty player. I can see how somebody not passionate can be just like, oh, I don't want to grind out 15 kills just for a sight. You know, I see that, but that's what I want. Personally, that's what I want, and I didn't get that in Ghost. So if that's what you want, you're probably not going to be too thrilled with the Call of Duty Ghost challenge system. What I want is weapon XP to come back, and that wasn't in this game. But you did get challenges for your camo, so when you saw a gold camo, you were like, okay, that guy went through some pain to get those 100 prone kills with a sniper rifle. I should probably respect him a little bit, you know, so that is that. But because the challenges are the way they are, they changed it like midway through Ghost Lifecycle. Our brains want to fill up that bar. When you think about the challenge bar and you're like 8 of 9 kills or whatever, your brain says, let's do that right now. Let's just fill up that bar. And that's what my brain does, you know. When I fill up that bar in Call of Duty Ghosts, it resets to 0, which does not fulfill me. It does not satisfy me. It does not give me that dopamine effect. It does not keep me addicted. It's just empty now. Like, I did that work for something now that's empty, and that's just a little mental thing. That's a very minute detail. That's not going to affect the way you play the game. I'm just kind of giving you guys all my entire review here. So that is the leveling up, ranking up XP system, challenge system in Ghosts. And finally, we're talking about post-launch support. Infinity Ward has done a good job, a great job, an on-par job in the past 2 or 3 years we've had since, I think, Black Ops 1. They've fixed the IEDs 3 separate occasions. How many other times in any Call of Duty have they fixed something 3 times? Like I said before, I'm not sure if I should praise them for actually fixing it 3 times, or if I should take that as a negative and say, why did you need to fix it 3 times? So they fixed IDs, they rebalanced Dead Silence and Amplify so Dead Silence is more effective. They fixed the Riot Shield C4 little thing where if you don't know, they changed the animation in Ghosts where if you have a Riot Shield and you throw a piece of equipment, you just throw your arm out instead of your whole body. And that led the combination of C4 and Riot Shields to be very powerful. And it still kind of is, but it's a little bit better now because they fixed it. And they buffed these submachine guns, and then they nerfed the CVJ and the Bison for whatever reason, the headshot multiplier thing. They have done what is adequate, they have done what is expected of them. Post-launch support, again, I don't know why they haven't touched the Remington R5 or the M27, but those are things of the past now. I believe that is my entire thoughts on Call of Duty Ghosts, the entire game, right here, the whole year of my entire videos, all summed up into this one review. Don't you feel like you've wasted your time? So how does Call of Duty Ghost rank up against the previous Call of Duties in the franchise? Well, Call of Duty Ghost has one of the best weapons we've ever seen, or groups of weapons we've ever seen, and it has fantastic perks, it has good maps, it has good sound, it has moderately balanced stuff, but it still has the unbalanced stuff. It still has the game-breaking stuff. So in essence, all in all, in summary, Call of Duty Ghosts is just another Call of Duty. It has a different flavor, it looks different, it smells different, it tastes different, but it is still Call of Duty, it is still that Twitch shooter. If you like previous Call of Duty, specifically Infinity Ward Call of Duties, you are really going to enjoy this one. However, you are really going to hate the stuff that is overpowered. The IEDs, the incredibly large maps, the thermal M27, those things are going to detract from your gameplay, and it is going to make you hate the game as you're playing it. But that is true for every Call of Duty we've ever played. So hopefully, looking forward in the future, Advanced Warfare can change that. If not, we got Black Ops 3, and if not that, we have Ghost 2, and tell me your guys' thoughts on Call of Duty Ghost. All of your thoughts in one paragraph. I want it by next Tuesday. Tell me your guys' thoughts on Call of Duty Ghost in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you not like it? How does it rank up in your top Call of Duty list? Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. 200 subscribers. This entire year of Call of Duty Ghosts blows my mind that I'm right here right now. Again, thank you so much for your support, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty Advanced Warfare morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, have a great day and have fun.
Friendly SATCOM active.
Oh, he's laying down at sea, or he's on that statue.
Friendly SATCOM active. IMS at your disposal. Your sentry gun is ready for deployment. Mission accomplished. A good day's work.
It went click click. Crap. Nice. Is that phone shot? I'm on a rise chicken.